Welcome back to another episode of the 435 podcast, everybody, and welcome to all our new subscribers. We've had a bunch of new subscribers over the last couple of months, so I'm going to introduce this new episode. We've gotten away from the local politics side, and we are today featuring an event coming up here in Southern Utah with the American Cancer Society of Utah. It's at Black Desert Resort. We're joined today by Patrick Manning, the managing director of Reef Capital and Black Desert Resorts, Ryan Day with Century 21 Everest Real Estate, and STG Eats. You're familiar with their Instagram page, I'm sure. And Sibel Bernard with the American Cancer Society. We talk about the Gala, the golf tournament coming up on September 22nd at Black Desert Resort. They're still open to some sponsorships, but they're looking for donations. They're talking about the event. It's going to be an amazing event at Black Desert. So we get into that. We get into what's going on in restaurants. We get into what's going on in Black Desert. And of course, we give you an update on how the American Cancer Society is operating here in Southern Utah. So we hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, do us a favor, give us a rating and give us a review. It really helps us move up that list so more people can see our videos and listen to the podcast on the audio format. And welcome to all our new supporters and subscribers here in Southern Utah. We're going to continue to cover local elections and local businesses featuring all things Southern Utah. We hope you enjoy this episode, guys. We'll see you out there.
From the Blue Form Media Studios, this is the 435 Podcast, the pulse of Southern Utah.
The American Cancer Society of Southern Utah is hosting a gala and golf tournament at Black Desert. That's what I got so far.
Yes. Third annual.
The third annual gala and golf tournament. And that's going to be what date and time?
That is going to be September 22nd. So it's a two-part event. The golf tournament's in the morning. So shotguns start at, I believe it's 9 a.m. That goes till about probably 2:33. And then the gala starts afternoon 3:30. I'm sorry, 5:30.
5:30. And we'll get the details and we'll put it in the description. Is it going to be an actual shotgun and are you going to be firing it, Patrick?
I'll let Patrick.
I only do cannons.
Cannons.
Yes, let's go.
Have you seen the guns retrofitted with the golf ball and they shoot the golf ball?
We do have those at the event as well.
Those are always popular.
Yeah.
Instead of driving, you get to shoot the ball.
Exactly. It's really fun to see in that perspective, to see these grown men getting so excited over
a
golf ball launcher cannon.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine. He's like, I don't want to do that. I don't shoot guns. I was like, well, I guess there's some people that they don't shoot guns. So there you go.
Well, welcome to Utah, Redneck Golf. Let's go.
Redneck Golf. That's right.
It. At Black Desert.
At Black Desert. The opposite.
Not. The opposite, yeah.
So how are you guys all involved? So Sibel, you're the development director?
Yeah, so I'm a business development director here in St. George locally. And we also have a committee. So Ryan is a part of our committee.
Committees. We love committees.
I love committees.
Ryan Day with STG Eats and real estate agent here in town.
Si, senorita. Or you're not a senorita, sorry. Senior? Senior? Never mind. I'm going to stop. I took German.
Yeah, you just scream into the mic.
Yeah,
that's German. So you're on the committee.
Yeah.
And then Patrick's on the committee too?
Patrick is the brains behind everything. He doesn't know it yet, but he is.
Oh, yes.
He is going to be grandfathered in.
Okay, got it. Sweet.
But
he's the gracious host.
Yes, he is a highlight on the gracious part of it. He allows us to partner with him so we can have this successful event at the most elite place here in St. George.
Yeah, for sure. In the state.
In the
country. In the country.
Yeah, in the country.
I don't know. I think
west
it's in
of the
country.
Rockies. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what golf course would be cooler than yours?
All I'll say is that there's no other place in the world, no other resort in the entire world that has a PGA and an LPGA, and there's a couple more of those types of things coming.
Yeah.
And that kind of a platform to be able to host those tournaments, there's nowhere else in the world.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
It's the best.
So maybe I tend to be a little bit cynical about nonprofits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I did a bunch of research on the American Cancer Society. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about the American Cancer Society.
I love that we're talking about this because that's part of a pain point that I have when I talk about this such large of a nonprofit coming to St. George, because to be honest, some people want to donate. If they want to donate directly to somebody in need. So I understand that, and I get that, but this is such a large reach. We're a national company. We raise millions of dollars.
Billions.
Millions here.
8 billion.
Billions.
Yeah, 8 billion over its life.
And over 80% of every dollar does go back to the cause. So we're really transparent with that. We're a 501(c)(3). And what we're trying to do here in St. George, and the reason it's here is because cancer patients, they have to travel, and they have to travel pretty far to Huntsman. So we have a place called the Hope Lodge that's in Salt Lake City, and that provides free housing. So if they have any type of cancer treatment, them and a guest can go there and stay there for free, zero cost. It's pretty amazing if you haven't seen, but it's this beautiful facility that's tranquil and peaceful, and it gives them one thing not to worry about. So it's amazing. We've been doing it here in St. George. This is our 3rd year, and we're on track to raise about $350,000 this year.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think out of that 80%, what I was seeing is that there's the advocacy, there's the research, and then there's the client services of like transportation and being able to have somebody who's needing cancer treatment, having to travel to where they can get the treatment and all the things that go along with, how do you, there's the funding of the actual treatment that you get, but then there's all the other extra costs that come along with it that I think a lot of people don't really think about, which is where they come in.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many other programs that we offer that my job too of having these big events is to bring it to the community so that they know. I bet you everybody right here knows somebody that's been touched by cancer. So the more that you know, the better we do. We're able to offer these resources. One of the things that we offer is called Road to Recovery, and it's free transportation. So it's people who volunteer and donate their time to drive these patients. We even have dog sitting, so for people who have to go and stay maybe a week and they don't know what to do with their pet, we offer dog sitting. So there's a lot of things.
Not cat sitting though, because the cats.
We don't discriminate.
So
whatever kind of pet it is, I will not sign up for any type of reptile sitting whatsoever. But no, it's a really good cause. And I'm so glad you brought that point up, because my whole pitch is you can do both, come to this event, support it. Yes, we're national, but we're helping boots on the ground here in our state in Utah.
So the funds for the gala and the golf tournament are going to go directly to this chapter of the American Cancer Society, or how does that go?
Great question. So we have something called restrictions and non-restrictions. So because this is such a large event, we're pulling money from sponsors, we're pulling money from the tournament, we're pulling money from the live auction, silent auction. We have to restrict certain things. So the paddle raise is restricted to lodging and transportation. That means every dollar of that can be used for lodging and transportation.
The paddle raise?
The paddle raise. So the paddle raise is an auction.
Okay.
And everybody, whoever comes to the gala, and by the way, fun fact, it's gala or gala, both are acceptable.
They're both accepted.
They're both acceptable. And I come from New Jersey.
West Coast.
And I used to say gala, but everybody here, or maybe it's vice versa. I don't know, but both of them are acceptable. I think you were gala because we were having this debate with your cousin.
And
I get a lot of people look at me sideways, and I'm like, no, it's both ways. You can say it both ways.
It's acceptable.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
We had to pull ChatGPT into that. And she told us it was, or he told us.
Whoever chat was told us it was acceptable. So the paddle race is really fun because it's part of the auction. We have an auctioneer, and everybody raises paddles and donates money, and there's different tiers, and that money gets restricted to lodging and transportation. Every other dollar that gets raised goes to either the research or whatever is needed at the time, but it is all for Utah. So
cool.
Yeah.
And then the golf tournament, how does that fit in?
So the golf tournament, again, we start the day off with that. And what we really wanted to do this year was, the facility at Black Desert is just incredible. So there's a lot of people that may not be golfers, and we don't want to have this just be for golfers. We have a 2-part event. The golfers get a team, and the team gets a +1 to attend the gala. But people that maybe are not golfers and just want to attend the gala, they can just come separately. The golf tournament's in the morning. There's teams of 4. There's 132 golfers. I think 32 teams, if my math is correct. And there's really fun activities like a golf ball cannon launcher, and different activations, and different companies locally come and sponsor holes. We have a hole-in-one. I think it's a golf cart from Intermountain, and a lot of other fun prizes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you, as far as the sponsors goes and the teams go, I know we're coming up pretty quick to the event. Are you still looking for business sponsorships? And
yeah, we're kind of teeing up the sponsorships because we are on the tail end for marketing. We have to get all of the marketing material up. But foursomes, we have about, I think our last number is 4 left. Up until this point, we've sold out every year. So
yeah,
it's a really great.
It'll probably sell out again.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're excited.
What else am I missing about the event?
I mean,
Just tell them about the event because it's packed.
It is. There's a lot involved. So this year we start with the golf tournament. We have really, really great hole activations, different things they can win. Then we have a little bit of a break so they can go tour Black Desert or go home and change. We have some people traveling too, so they're going to be staying on property at Black Desert. And then we start the cocktail hour. So the cocktail hour is in a really beautiful area. What is that
courtyard
area? The courtyard in the
one that's open in the back. East side.
The East Terrace.
East Terrace, it's called. But it was really fun because I had to pick, and I was like, how do you pick? They're all beautiful. But beautiful courtyard. We're gonna have entertainment at the cocktail hour, charcuterie board, mingling, networking. A lot of people, come and bring their prospect clients to this event as well to kind of network. And then we start the actual gala. And we're really excited because we're honoring Tia B. Stokes.
Okay.
She's a local here. She has 5 kids. She's a cancer survivor and just phenomenal. And we will honor her. We will talk about our mission. We will have amazing entertainment this year. I'll have Patrick talk about the entertainment.
Okay.
Do you want to
What's the entertainment? Are you going to be doing jokes, and you'll do like an improv?
I'm gonna do a little dancing.
Nice. I like it.
Break dancing.
Before I explain any of that, I just want to add that for those coming, or the plus ones that are coming and aren't golfing, Plume, our world-class spa, opened a couple of months ago.
Oh, nice.
And so we have 7 restaurants open and a spa. So there are things to do if you're not golfing. And the pool opened a couple of months ago with the cabanas and all that. So it's a nice spot to come relax. I can't speak to the whole of the entertainment. I can speak to one person that's involved in the entertainment. That's my daughter, Lillian Breeze, who's quite accomplished at 14 years old. But she'll be headlining her first concert on November 12th at Tuacahn.
Nice.
And she has quite a list of celebrities that are coming to join her.
Cool.
So that'll be fun. But she's going to perform a cool song as part of the entertainment. Sibel, you'll have to tell us about the rest, or Raya, you'll have to tell us about the rest of the entertainment.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're really, really excited to feature her. She's just incredible, and she's going to bring so much. We'll keep the song kind of on the low. You have to be there. Hint, hint. But yeah, again, this goes back to honoring people. We're also going to have a piano and violin duelist. They're locals. Cool. Everybody here is, also local, and we're really trying to highlight this community with networking, businesses all coming together for a good cause. And then, as far as Ryan, she's been boots on the ground. She works with she heads St. George Eats. So all the businesses that she's been able to get on board and get involved. And I'll let you speak to how they resonate. And
yeah, it's funny because I'll ask for, favors, in the past, but when I've asked people this go around, when I say American Cancer Society, everybody's been touched by cancer. So it's like, they don't hesitate. So, I mean, I actually was in Colorado City at a distillery out there, and I was like, hey, do you guys want to be part of this? And like, we'll supply all the liquor. And I was like, well, okay, hold on. But I'm like, they get excited. And I think it is because it touches everybody. So it's kind of fun to see. And, I work with a lot of local businesses here, obviously more restaurants. And it's fun to see them get in, want to be in part of it. And so, yeah, it's been fun. So I got some food and liquor for sure.
You got food. We're gonna have great food.
And going back to that, so part of what we have is a silent auction. So the silent auction is amazing. There's probably going to be 60 to 100 different donations from local businesses, even from larger. We have sponsors like Delta and other larger companies, but they are donating in kind for this cause. We're going to open up the silent auction a week early. So anybody that wants to kind of bid on and win some things, but we're really trying to give St. George experiences. So a lot of stuff is about, e-biking in Zion, tasting different foods and wines and different tours, and really experience what we have in this area as well. Yeah. And last year it did phenomenal. And then after that, at the event, we're also going to have a live auction. And the live auction's really cool because there's a safari, African safari, which is amazing. What? We have fly fishing. You know what? I'm not going to tell you everything. You guys got to be there to see because that's part of the surprise.
That's a bait, though. That's like, you can win an African safari.
I know what I'm doing. I know how I'm positioning.
Yeah, that's a good. Those are good
just
too.
Enough.
Little teasers. Yeah, that's good.
I guess this is a question for you. Like, if people want to still donate, what's the cutoff date? That we need to let them know.
That's a good question. So our website is www.utahgolfforthecure.org. Sorry. My accent gets interrupting sometimes when I say that. So
your Southern Utah accent?
Really slow. It's kind of Jersey. But I got to go really slow when I say that. So to repeat, it's utahgolfforthecure.org. And you could go on there and it's just a wealth of information. There's donations. If you can't attend and you just want to donate, we have these awesome things called, they're golf flags. So they're a feather flag. They're about 7 foot long. And every year we sell them. I think they go for around $12.50, but you get to honor anybody. So anybody either fighting cancer, passed away, surviving, all the above, you get to put their photo on this 7 foot golf flag. And our goal is to line the entire golf course. So, I mean, we have a golf tournament in Vegas that American Cancer Society puts on, and they're on their over 20th year. So that's our goal here too, is to make this every year just bigger, better, and larger, and appeal people from all over. So it's a great way to honor those also. So to answer your question, you can donate, monetarily, or if you want to get something in lieu of remembering or honoring somebody, we have options like that. We have sponsorships, tickets, tables.
When's the cutoff date?
So the cutoff date for sponsorships, because we have to get certain logos and media, that's coming up probably in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
But everything else, you can, till the end of the year, donate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, maybe, Ryan, if you could give me an idea of, some more feedback as to some of these businesses and who's contributing, who's a part of it so far. And, obviously like you said, everybody's been touched in some kind of way by cancer. It's one of these weird, these weird challenges. It doesn't feel like it ever has an end. Right. And so it's like this constant battle. So maybe give me some feedback on, what are the businesses? Why are they so interested in participating?
I think,
or maybe why are you so connected into it?
I mean, why not, But I definitely have been touched. Actually, this morning I was Marco Poloing with my girlfriend, who her husband had, I can't even remember. It's a really rare cancer. They didn't think he was going to make it. He made it. She ends up with breast cancer. She makes it. His cancer comes back. They kicked it. And then today they're going, well, they did a test yesterday, but it's back. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Even if I spend this small amount of time and money, like my friend said, she went in for a colonoscopy. She goes, if this is the one that survived breast cancer, she's like, if there's, anything I can say, I can give up a day out of 5 to 10 years to go make sure I check this, because when you're fighting cancer, you're having to give up your life.
Yeah.
And so if you're on this end of the committee, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Like you give, because that's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy. What they're going through is hard. So and I kind of feel like that's kind of everybody's feel. It's like they're just so quick to jump on it. So yeah, I mean, it's an easy way to give back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we've got, I mean, for me personally, restaurants and experiences like Pecan Valley, and we've working on some other ones that are fun. So
That's a really cool tour that just
it's
awesome.
We're working on that one.
That's really cool.
We're gonna save this. So if you guys really want to know, go to Utah. No, joking. But definitely. How are you doing the restaurants? Weren't you doing something with the?
Yeah, so we're actually we're thinking of doing. You're giving away my surprise.
I know. Okay,
it's okay. We're thinking of offering something, kind of like a food tour. So packaging a whole bunch of these gift cards that are worth over $1,000 for somebody to bid on, and ultimately have a food tour. And what's really cool too is we have large businesses. Like BZI is one of our larger sponsors. BZI Steel.
Oh, okay.
And so they use this as an opportunity to also bring their clients as a thank you, and to, just show them the beautiful resort. I mean, last year, I think they took people in a helicopter all around, and showed them this amazing resort. So a lot of these companies also buy in on the auction items to give back to their employees or their clients. So I think one thing that I forgot completely is the end of the night, we have a drone show, and it's epic.
Nice.
It is. I mean, to have the backdrop of Black Desert, and I don't know how people do fireworks anymore, because it's so cool, and you don't have to smell that smell. I mean, I kind of like that fireworks.
I know. I like the smell fireworks.
I know.
I was like, that's kind of.
We just don't catch the desert on fire.
Yeah, exactly. It's more sustainable, I guess. But I mean, the draw that we bring, and people that are like on the fence we see them just coming because they want to experience Black Desert, and they're not wrong. It's incredible.
What are some of the new things we got going at Black Desert? Where's the updates at? We got seven restaurants.
7 restaurants. Like I said, the pool
Cabana's
just opened.
Open.
I just got back from a 60-day vacation to the Florida Keys.
That's not a vacation, Patrick. 60 days isn't a vacation. That's a temporary move.
And I came back, and the 2-story parking garage that is going to be under boardwalk was just a dirt hole when I left. And now the entire floor has been poured for the garage, and the columns are up, and that's in 60 days. It's amazing how stuff is going up. But we opened the terrace, which used to be called the Golf Village, and the Cove, which used to be called the Family Village, is about to open, and we've broken ground on the water park.
Nice.
And which is going to be pretty epic. And we've broken ground on the pickleball facility, which is going to be crazy, and we've got a pretty big announcement coming on that.
You could drop it right here.
That's your job to kind of get it out of him.
Mayor Hart, do you remember Mayor Hart dropping like, about Black Desert in the PGA? Did you?
I don't remember.
So Mayor Hart, this was like my 3rd episode of the show, and he's like, and we had to cut it out because they hadn't even announced it. It was like it was supposed to like go out in like 2 weeks after, but our episode dropped, and Mayor Hart was like, "We got the PGA coming to the Black Desert," and we had to cut it out of the episode.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'll just say we're gonna make an announcement on around the pickleball facility that will be as far as attendance will mirror the PGA Tour.
That'll be awesome. Yeah, wow. I mean, pickleball keeps just growing, and there's a lot of different pickleball venues opening, and I still think it's still going to be everything's going to be packed for all the different pickleball venues and championship style courts and things like that. That'll be cool. How's the development on some of the commercial stuff coming? Is there still a little bit of a delay there, a few years out from some of the commercial stuff?
It's probably the additional commercial, the boardwalk. We've made some design changes, so that delayed a little bit because I want to we're adding a roughly 3,000 seat concert venue onto the boardwalk, and some other changes like widening it so that we can possibly, we're still working on the design, but possibly put like a Rockefeller Center during Christmas, be able to put in a huge Christmas tree with ice skating around it and all that
That'd
kind
be cool.
of stuff.
That's my people. Rockefeller Center.
I know those people. I know these people. So we'll be there.
The Rockefellers are your people?
I mean, I grew up going to the tree and experiencing that. So that's
pretty cool.
Epic. Yeah.
Yeah, having unique venues, and that's one thing that I've always been impressed with Black Desert. I think you said this on the last time we chatted. It's like this always doesn't necessarily make financial sense, but it's how do you create an experience out of something that also has so many different facets to it, and how does it give back to the local community, but also the visitors as well?
Totally,
it doesn't always pencil out this right number, but
I say all the time, I feel like we're building a resort full of lost leaders.
But those are the types of things that stand the test of time, right? Is like when you create stuff that might not necessarily match up on a piece of paper right now over the long tail and over the long time. It's not one of these flash in the pan type resorts and facilities.
Yeah,
and
it's just been so important from the beginning to not make this gated, exclusive, elitist type of place. It's a place for everybody. And when I was doing a large sponsorship with I don't want to say who it was, but with this group, they just said, we're going to get you in this spot because that's where basically where all the rich people are. And I was like, every single person is our customer.
Yeah.
Whether they're buying a $2 million condo or a $4 milkshake.
Yeah.
It's everybody's our customer.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Well, I think it's important too. It's like you got to get the community behind you.
Yeah.
And it's like I was showing a house the other day and these people walked in from Wyoming decked in Black Desert gear. Oh. I was like, oh, been golfing, huh? But I'm like, even the locals, I mean, I have a hat or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I think you've done an amazing job getting the community here because I remember those lava fields and like, what are they doing? Those are sacred. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys got to come with me. I'm going to show you something. But it's cool that the local community we can drive right up to it and walk around and be part of it and go enjoy the restaurants and check it out and show off what a cool community we have when people come to town. Like people are in awe. So I love that it's not a gated, like exclusive. So
yeah, it's a tough balance because we're still a small town.
Yeah.
And being a resort type community and how that's going to affect the way the community evolves and changes. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on both sides. And I know you felt that too, is we don't want to, I think the consensus would be we don't want to turn into a Park City type of a community. And so when you hear of big developments like this, I think that's their fear.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so
and I care and I understand.
You spend a lot of time.
I don't think they're dumb
listening.
for feeling that way. I don't at all.
Yeah.
It's just that I think that this being the only spot in the country that three major ecosystems converge, and we've got such incredible beauty. We have 6 million people a year coming here anyway.
Yeah.
So why not just give them what they want, which is essentially a luxury base camp to go enjoy this area and all the amenities that go with it. This was not a, if you build it, they'll come. This was they're already here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So build it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what's really amazing too is I remember about a little bit over 2 years ago, I met Patrick and he had this huge plan of what was to come. And it was like this massive vision and it was amazing. But, part of you is like, okay, this is a nice dream, but let's be real. Everything is happening. I mean, a water park and boardwalk at a golf course that's epic in St. George, where that is what I think I'll dub myself as an outsider, is what the premise of St. George is. It's family, it's community and family. So that alone, to see all of that, how that evolved, just goes back to his point that it is for everybody.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
What's happening on the STG Eats? I want to give Ryan a little plug here. The social media page is popular, and I moved here 10 years ago, and one of the main laments that my wife and I had was there wasn't very many great places to eat, but that's been a big shift in this last 10 years.
Oh, yeah. COVID did us a favor there for sure.
In some ways. in some ways.
In that perspective, yes. We've had a lot of people, just because, Southern Utah was open and people weren't having to some people masked up, but we were the Wild West, I guess, compared to other places.
Yeah, it destroyed a lot of restaurants all over the country, and a lot of cities where there were great eateries are now gone.
Yeah,
and they don't just come back.
No,
you know what I mean? Especially restaurants.
Such a small margin with restaurants that it's like, my biggest thing is like, I am a food critic, or excuse me, I'm not a food critic. I'm a foodie. So just because I like something,
you're a food hype man. Woman.
Yeah, I'm a hype man.
Yeah.
But I'm like, just because I like something doesn't mean you won't be like, that's disgusting. I took my friend to poking. She about died. But I should have explained what it was before we got there. But it's like, for me, I just love supporting local and trying to get, people out and experience stuff that I think for a long time we had, the Pizza Factory and Nelson's Custard and
soda shops and cookie shops.
Thankfully. Thankfully we've got more stuff.
More than just that. They just keep coming though. Soda and cookie
we're
shops.
Proud of Swig because that started here in St. George, and now look where it's at. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I grew up in LA. So like, the hole in the wall, like you knew if it was like shady, it was good.
Yeah.
But now, we get to have that. The communities have built and come into St. George, and we have people from Seattle that are chefs. We have people from Minnesota. We have Californians, Northern Utah. Like they've just come from everywhere because they were kind of, finding refuge from COVID. And now I think it's brought a lot of fun stuff to the food scene. So
I think I've seen a lot of them turn over though. I think even in the last couple of years, we've seen a lot turn over. Yeah. So do you think where's the struggle at? Maybe some of the restaurants you've been talking to, is it in consistency with customers? Is it a challenge with labor? Is it a challenge with food costs? Like where do you think some of the struggles are at?
For sure. All of that plays a part. I think people don't realize how much marketing, I guess I'll put a plug for myself, how much marketing does help your company. And I've had people where they're like, oh my gosh, and I have no control. It either sometimes it'll just explode and then sometimes it fizzled, but it's like sometimes when I've posted about a new thing or something and it's like, oh my gosh, we were so overwhelmed and yada yada, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like I don't know.
I'm sorry you were super busy.
Yeah. But it's, usually they're new and they're still trying to get their feet underneath them and stuff. So it's definitely a balance, but it's like, you've got to market, and it's getting, good people to be accountable that work for you, that are going to show up, and it's hard in the food industry. So yeah,
out of the ones that have left or started and then not made it, is there a common reason why they don't make it?
No, I don't think there's, like Liberty Cafe, my neighbors actually just bought it, but the gentleman before, I think it was a health issue. So, sometimes it's health. Sometimes it's, they just can't. I mean, it's a stressful industry to be in. You're working all the time. So some of them may just not have good food.
Sometimes they don't have good food.
I've got an opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Because you have seven restaurants. And in my honest, my opinion, I was like, that's a lot of restaurants in one spot. Yeah. And it's on the side of town where there's not as much population. So like the regular customer isn't necessarily going to come in all the time, but
sure.
So yeah.
Well, and my opinion wasn't about Black Desert at all. Thankfully, those are just lost leaders, right? We have to open restaurants and give people, I guess what I'm saying is we're different. Those restaurants don't have to make money.
Yeah.
But my opinion is that it's really comes down mostly to marketing. I think most restaurateurs underestimate wildly how important social media is and being active and staying active. If you just look at where the lines are out the doors, it's path of least resistance. And I in no way am disparaging anyone, but Olive Garden should not be the busiest restaurant in town.
No, it shouldn't.
And I'm not disparaging Olive Garden. I'm just saying when you come here and you're from Asia, or you're from New York, or you're from Chicago, why the hell are you going to Olive Garden?
Or McDonald's.
Right.
Like, why?
So, and it's because they see the sign. They're like, I know what Olive Garden is. And so some of these restaurants just aren't getting their names out there well enough, in my opinion. And marketing, I think the perception is marketing is very expensive, and it definitely can be, but it can also be zero expense.
Yeah. And a lot of these guys come in and they're chefs, they're restaurateurs. They're not businessmen. They're not marketing.
For sure.
And I tell people, like, I've had so many people, can you come teach me? And I was like, oh, I don't have time, but maybe I should give a bunch of lessons on, because it's consistency and it's always, even if it's just showing one piece of food a day, like, be at the top of the social media. Like, you've got to do it. And it's, people think they have to sign up with the radio or whatever, not bashing on the radio, but you're not going to see your food. Just saying, if you are doing social media and you're consistent, that's where people are going to see you. I mean, what do you grab the first thing in the morning?
Your phone.
Yeah.
So be on people's phones, be top of mind, and that's where it's going to be. But a lot of them are like, I'm not a business person. I'm not a marketing. There's so many people.
Another
that can
one
help
too,
you out.
because I managed restaurants before we moved here, and one of the other functions too is that experience that first time. If you can get a customer to come back for a third time and they have a great experience, they're like 70 to 80% more likely to go back to that place.
Right.
Where, that first time, if you have a bad experience, and it's funny because it'll be a bad experience from the customer service side and have great food, but they still won't go back. Or if they have, poor food and great customer service, they're not going to come back. It has to be the two things have to land at the same time. And then that ability to get them back that second time, it goes, your percentage of getting them to come in a third time goes up. So when they try something new, you really got to blow them away with, the quality of the food and then the customer service. And they have to go hand in hand. You could have great food, but if the person working there seems like they hate it or it's slow or whatever it might be, they might not come back again, even if the food's good, because there's another place down here that I like that's good food, and I know it. Expectation that goes back to Olive Garden. There's consistency. You know exactly what you're going to get, and you're not going to worry. Oh, is the dish that I get this time not going to be great or not? You know what I mean?
I think that goes back to the story. Like when I've done stuff where they just open or whatever, it's like I've done it a few times where I'm like, please be patient. They are new. They are learning. And especially if it's not a franchise, they don't know the rules. They're making them up as they go. So I'm always like, still be open-minded to trying it again. But it also goes back to marketing. Like,
you got to remember to go back
how many
again.
Restaurants will have every influencer come to their grand opening and then never talk to an influencer. I hate that word, by the way, but never talk to anybody, I don't know what other word to call it, but any influencer for like 6 months. Like, scatter it out. Invite people into your restaurant every once in a while, and they'll help consistently blow it up a little bit. So, but
it's networking. There's to catch a trend. There's a book called Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. Have you guys ever read that one?
Heard of it.
Yeah, and so like we have there's mavens, there's networkers, there's experts, right? Everybody has their own different strength, right? And it takes a specific mix to get something to tip over and to be a viral, whether it's a video or whether it's a food restaurant or a golf course or something like that, right? It takes this formula of being able to capture attention, and you got to have all those things, but that networking piece for people to get it out there is key.
And if you're only putting 5 in when this guy's putting 50, guess what? This guy over here is the one that's going to be seen more often. So
yeah, absolutely.
The odds are definitely in his favor. So yeah, I tell people. I had actually a restaurant owner. Sorry, this is marketing 101. I had a restaurant owner that actually texted me. She's like, am I being annoying? Because the other owner is saying I'm annoying because I'm like, we're not getting as good of views and I'm consistently posting every day. She's like, I think I might be annoying people. I'm like, annoy away. Yeah. Annoy away. You are top of mind. Keep going.
Yeah. But there's going to be some people that get annoyed, but that's just part of it. You're trying to capture the next person and the next person, the next person, especially in a small town.
I mean, as a consumer too, and being new here, that's what I look for is the consistency. Like if I keep seeing a restaurant consistently in ads and in news and in social media, I'm going to try them. I'm going to test them out because top of mind and people are bringing it up, like Positanos. Am I saying that right?
Positanos.
I'm Italian, so I need to make sure I say that right. But, you know, I see them consistently, and I think they're doing a great job with kind of partnering with all different, you know, influencers, locals and marketing and things like that. So as a consumer, I'm just here to back that up. Is consistency, I think, is key.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think this year I decided my goal was collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of goes with all this. Like it's networking, it's collaborating, and, you know, high tides raise all boats. So it's like, you know, don't be afraid of, you know, somebody who's maybe in the same field. Work together. Like that's, you know, I was golfing. We were golfing in heels. I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
But I'm like, how fun opportunity to partner up with Black Desert and the American Cancer Society and then show all my foodie friends, like, it's like, so, you know, collaborating with people is and networking is, I think, just the heart and soul of, you know, of St. George. Like we all can work together, and I just stay off the word of mouth.
Yeah. The word of mouth. Everybody goes to the word.
I don't.
St. George word of mouth. They have like, I think I was talking to somebody. They were telling me that it was like one of the most engaged Facebook groups in the west half of the United States. Wow. There's like 50,000 active. They're active at least once a month. 50,000 people. That's crazy.
That's sad.
That is really sad.
It's crazy. But if you think of like a newspaper, you know, like you would think, oh, everybody engaged in the newspaper, right? There was a time where there wasn't a person that wasn't engaging in it. And it's interesting because it's, you know, the format and the comments, but it says something a little bit about human nature. And it also, there's a lot of value in connecting to the community and seeing stuff, you know? And so I think there's pros and cons to it. It is sad, but what's the other alternative? We don't even have another alternative.
Go hang out with your friends.
Yeah. Look up puppies and babies and get your algorithms reset.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of transitional people that move here, and, you know, they're like fish out of water. I could attest to that. I didn't know, like, the hardest thing for me was, how do I find a pediatrician when I don't have anybody I can rely on and ask for their advice? So I kind of had to go rogue and go on word of mouth.
Wow,
and, you know, I had to kind of get the community's feedback initially, until I found things like St. George Eats and communities and different networking events that I could be a part of. But yeah, I think everything serves a place at a time, but you got to move with the times and join the different, you know, social medias and groups that we have, because there's a lot here. Yeah,
communication is just decentralized, right? So you have to be able to find all those things. So, which
in today's age, like, how cool is it that you can find this literally in the palm of your hand?
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Yeah. It is pretty amazing. Well, what else are we missing? It's going to be a big event.
It's going to be huge. We're anticipating 500 people.
Wow.
And I mean, we're really close. We're about 24 days out. So
what's the goal to raise? Do you have like a money that you're like, hey, we're going to try to raise this amount?
Yeah. So our goal is 350,000.
350.
And just to give you an idea, so this is kind of a fun trajectory. So the first year we had it on a tent on the golf course. And I want to say there was about 120-ish people. But I mean, there was no building erected at the time. It was just a golf course. So we had to have it in a tent. Last year, I think we were one of the first major events there. So we had it in the banquet, but we obviously had to put restraints on it because it was growing pains for us as well and for the banquet. And so this year it's our time to shine. So we're in the biggest ballroom, the Onyx, I think it's called. And we have the courtyard, which is incredible. We have the space. We have a lot of really cool vendors coming as well. So yeah, our goal is to pack the room of 500 people. So get your tickets or tables, because it's going to be worth it.
And this is a good, like, if you are a business, this is a great opportunity for you to network with some really great people.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, it's a win-win all around. You're donating, you have a tax write-off, right? Mm-hmm. You get to network with some amazing people and eat good food, drink, and have fun.
It's food. So amazing dinner, cocktail hour. Obviously we have cocktails and mocktails. So that's all included. entertainment. I mean, the drone show alone is just an epic experience, you know? So ticket prices are $150. You can't even go out to eat rarely for that anymore. So to get all of this, be a part of a good cause. And most importantly, we're honoring, there's people there that are fighting cancer as we speak that are in that room. We're there to show our support. We're there to honor them, lift them up. And, you know, just mix there's CEOs, billionaires, regular people who just moved here, people that have been a staple in the community, all in one roof with an amazing cause. So
sweet. Well, thanks for coming on, guys. Thanks for sharing this.
I have one more question for you to ask me.
Yes. What's one more question you want me to ask you?
Why? What motivates us to partner with American Cancer Society?
Hey, Patrick, I got a question for you. What's motivating Black Desert to partner with American Cancer Society?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, we like to be heavily involved in the community, and community is a fuzzy word. It can mean Ivans. It can mean Washington County. It can mean the outline of the state of Utah. It can mean the entire world is our community. And but when I was about 21 years old, a little younger, I think, I had a resort development company, and was still pretty green, of course. And I remember wringing my hands over maybe not being able to make payroll. And I had a mentor at the time who was very wealthy, and he started laughing, and he said, Patrick, I'm going to tell you something that may not mean anything to you now, but someday it will. He said, learn to embrace the problems in life that money can fix. If money can fix it, it's really not a big problem, even if you don't have the money.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever.
You're like, sure, I don't have any money, so that doesn't help me right now.
So fast forward, now I'm at this point, not now, but back then I was in just early 40s. And someone extremely, extremely close to me was diagnosed with cancer. And those words came flying in immediately. Learn to embrace problems that money can fix. And I was like, I know what he means now. And because I can't just throw money at that. Then about 6 months later, I'm like, wait, why can't you? Why can't we put the money together to beat this? And I think that moment has stayed with me forever, ever since, I should say, that there's realities in life that are very difficult, but we can all come together to overcome them. Yeah. And so that's why.
Yeah. That means a lot. Because it does feel like there's a never-ending problem, but at the same time, there's with resources and with focus and community and coming together to solve problems, we can solve a lot of different problems. I think I was in the research, American Cancer Society, we've had like a 33% decline in cancer fatalities since the late 90s.
Yeah.
So, in the last 30 years, we've made a lot of progress in eliminating cancer as a death sentence. There's been lots of different treatments.
Last year, we had Dr. Haslam from Intermountain. He was the head of oncology. So he was our honoree, and he spoke to that. He spoke about the research and how this money really is moving mountains with research. And it's trackable. You can see it. You can see the numbers declining. And that's what we all want. We want to end cancer as we know it, get rid of the statistics, lower them as much as possible. And that's what we're here for. And honestly, Black Desert gives us that visibility. They give us that platform. It's not just, they don't just donate their space. They're with us hand in hand throughout it all. They are extremely generous. Food, beverage, the golf course. There's so many moving parts to this event that we're able to scale it this large and raise this much money for the community.
Cool. That's awesome. Thanks for your work. Yes. It's not an easy job. But I know there's a party at the end of at least this part of it.
I expect everybody there.
We'll all be there. But hey, thanks for having me ask that question. I apologize for not bringing that. I was going through the whys and I missed it, but I appreciate you pulling me back to that, because I think why it's important is the most important thing. So I'm glad we can end on that one. Yeah. So thanks for coming, guys. Last time, the date
is Monday, September 22nd.
22nd.
If you're golfing, be there shotgun start. If you want to just attend the gala, aka Gala, 5:30 is when it starts, and it should be ending around 9:30 or 10 with the drone show.
Yeah, and we'll get some links and put them in the description so everybody can go click and support, donate, sponsor, all those things. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys.
Having us.
Bye-bye.
Yep. See you out there, everybody. Thanks for listening in. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. Make sure you're following us on all the social media websites. We love your support. We love the dialogue. We want to continue that going.
Find us at realestate435.com. We'd love to help you find a house here in town or help you get wherever you're going.